Control in control one. Clay-Chalkville will control the tip. And we're underway for the 6A Boys Northwest Regional Final. Working outside the arc from left to right are the Cougars. Now they bring it back around to the top. Face a 2-3 zone from Pinson Valley. You can see Clay-Chalkville, as you said, very deliberate in their controlled approach so far early on in this one. Looking to the corner, three on the way from there, up in the air. Odieri with a tip drill rebound on the weak side, and Clay-Chalkville claims the early lead. Just because of his size alone, at 6'6", we know Odieri can be a problem. Drive and a steal. That's Raymond McCants with a steal for the Cougars. Odieri, player control foul, and he's going to pick up his first personal. First personal for Odieri. First team foul for Clay-Chalkville as we're just underway, a minute gone by, 2-0. Cougars leading the Indians. As Pinson Valley works their way around the perimeter. Pritchett will put it on the floor. Drives right, looking for an open shot, and then backs it off. Now they'll go set it up again. Working inside, almost stolen away. Out to the top, three on the way from there. And the bank shot, good. Braylon Ringstaff, the senior forward, puts Pinson Valley on top 3-2. And back down the floor we come. They got a whistle. And a foul is going to be charged to Smoke Thomas of Pinson Valley. The senior picks up his first personal and Pinson Valley's first team foul. Odieri, that's Victor Odieri, 6'6", senior forward at the line, makes his first. He's responsible for all of Clay-Chalkville's points so far in this basketball game. Second one up, no good. Rebound claimed by Wu Koner. Koner with 17 in the semifinal against the Mae Jemison Jaguars. It's a Pinson Valley team that didn't commit one foul through the first half in that regional semi, Johnny Thornton. NBA three, left side, off the mark. Odieri claims the rebound for Clay-Chalkville. Back down the floor it comes McKinnon. Up underneath, off the dish to Raymond McCants, and the double clutch off the glass, good. And Clay-Chalkville up 5-3.
Good job getting the outlet, getting down and getting a short-range shot.
Koner misses the three. Here comes Clay-Chalkville the other way with Odieri. Crossover dribble between his legs, head fake spin. And 5 points now for Odieri, and what a beautiful move through the lane. It's clear where the offense goes through for Clay-Chalkville, Johnny. No doubt it's Victor Odieri. He has all of Clay-Chalkville's points.
He's a Tom case of concern.
Lynch trying to get it inside to Pritchett. Check that, trying to get it inside to Ringstaff. We got a whistle and a foul. That's Thomas Tubbs for Clay-Chalkville. The junior picks up his first personal, the second team foul for Clay. Pritchett will handle it, kicks it over to Lynch. Over left side there, three on the way for Pinson Valley's Ringstaff. No good. Long rebound claimed by Clay-Chalkville. They try to push it up the floor. Out of control it goes, out of the grasp of Clay-Chalkville's Jamar Hinton, out of bounds. And Pinson Valley gets it back, trailing 7-3.
I think the best way to describe Victor Odieri, prolific.
Pinson Valley with a basketball here. That's Thomas with it. Looks to Lynch. Now over to Pritchett. Pritchett on the wing, drives baseline, in trouble as they trap him there. Back outside to Thomas. Nice bounce pass across the lane down the left side. And Wu Koner lays it in with his left hand off the glass. 2-point game and a good one so far, midway through the first period of the 6A Northwest Regional Championship between Clay-Chalkville and Pinson Valley. Working it around the corner. Odiari steps inside the perimeter, kicks it outside, long three on the way. Nothing but nylon for Raymond McCants, the 6'5" senior guard. Back to a 5-point lead now for Clay-Chalkville. Quay Lynch does some fancy work with a basketball, misses the shot. Unable to claim the rebound is Clay-Chalkville, and off of blue it goes. It'll be Pinson Valley basketball. Kennedy checks in. Turnover. Clay-Chalkville the other way on the fast break, missing the shot, but fouled is the Cougar shooter. That's Devin McKinnon. Pritchett picks up the personal, his first personal foul. Team foul number 2 for Pinson Valley, and McKinnon to shoot 2 for the Cougars. McKinnon's first miss.
Entering for Pinson Valley, number 13, Ringstaff.
Ringstaff checks into the basketball game. He replaces Green. Second one up and good for McKinnon. He makes 1 of 2. Clay-Chalkville up 11-5. 3.5 left here in the first period. Pinson Valley's Pritchett tries to work in the lane, gets it over to Smoke Thomas. Thomas almost lost it to Ringstaff. Now to Pritchett. 3 on the way from the corner. Good. A little string music for Jalen Pritchett. The junior guard brings his team within 3. Clay-Chalkville up the floor. Weaving it outside the perimeter with the basketball now. That's Aces Kennedy. Shot on the way from McCants, no good. Rebound by Aces Kennedy. Aces tries to pass it across the lane to McCants, intercepted by Braylon Ringstaff of Pinson Valley. Here's Koner with the basketball. Check that Koner with the steal. He drives baseline, tries to kick it out. You get a whistle, and a foul is going to be charged to Devin McKinnon of Clay-Chalkville. McKinnon picks up his first personal, now the 3rd team foul for Clay-Chalkville here in the first period. Here's Koner with the basketball. Looks to Smoke Thomas on the right wing. To Jalen Pritchett. Pritchett will set it up for the Pinson Valley Indians. Taking their time as the clock winding down to 2 minutes left in the opening frame. Lynch elevates on the long jumper, way off the mark. Odiari with the rebound for Clay-Chalkville. Brings it up the floor, stops, throws up a 3, no good. Rebound for Aces. Pitches it across to Odiari with a beautiful finish off the glass underneath. And Clay-Chalkville up 5 again. It's 13-8. Three on the way from Pritchett. Good. Good outside shooting for Pinson Valley. They bring their team to within 2. Odiari with it, top of the key. He's guarded by Smoke Thomas. Backs it up towards center court and gets instruction from his head coach, Chris Richardson. Hands it off to McKinnon. McKinnon to McCants. Hinton with it on the left wing. Now to Odiari. Looks right. Aces Kennedy takes it across the lane. Awkward looking shot and a miss. Pinson Valley with the ball and a chance to tie it up. Koner, 3. Good. hammers it in, and Pinson Valley takes their first lead of the game, 14-13.
Pinson Valley shooting 50% from outside and take the lead.
Clay-Chalkville with the basketball, about a half-minute left here in the first. Whistle, a foul, a little push underneath coming from Victor Odiari. He gets his second personal foul, team foul number 4 for Clay-Chalkville. Pinson Valley will have the basketball with 32 seconds remaining here in the first, leading 14-13. Checking back in for Pinson Valley, or checking in for the first time, Tyson Hollyfield. Checking out, Smoke Thomas. R.J. Addison to inbound the basketball. And Koner will handle it for Pinson Valley. Looks over to left to Pritchett. Here's Addison with the basketball as he gets it to Koner. The senior point guard puts it on the floor and crosses it over. Guarded by Devin McKinnon. Down to 10 seconds left. Koner goes to work, crossover. Looks left side, 3 on the way. No good off the back of the iron. Long rebound by Koner. NBA range 3. Nails it! A big ending for the Pinson Valley Indians in the first. Woo corner from downtown, and Pinson Valley leads Clay-Chalkville after 1, 17-13. You're listening to the 6A Boys Northwest Regional Championship here on the NFHS Network. Pinson Valley basketball to begin the second. To end the first, Woo Koner nailed about a 21-foot three-pointer to put Pinson Valley up 4. Here they are to start the second. A great first period of basketball between these two teams in the 6A boys final. Koner feeds it in the lane to Thomas. Finishes it. Count the bucket and the foul. Pinson Valley didn't lead until late in the first, and all of a sudden on a bit of a run here, up by 6, 19-13, as senior Smoke Thomas will go to the line to try to complete a three-point play. Raymond McCants charged with a personal, his first personal, and his first personal, team's first foul here in the second period.
If I'm correct, Rick, it's 11-0 run for Pinson Valley.
Thomas misses. McCants brings it across midcourt back to McKinnon. McKinnon goes to work against Woo Koner. Here's McCants. Almost lost it. Now they get it back to McCants near the corner. 3 on the way, and good. Raymond McCants brings the Clay-Chalkville Cougars to within 3. It's 19-16, Pinson Valley. Koner works his way inside the arc. Pitches it away and now gets it back and sets it up again. Slaps his chin and calls the play for the Indians. Jalen Pritchett over to R.J. Addison. Left-hander launches a 3 off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound claimed by Amir Jackson. Here's McCants to Jackson on the right wing. Jackson's going to be easy to spot in those purple sneaks and purple hair. Pass across the lane, but they'll say Jackson traveled. It's one thing about wearing purple shoes. You can spot a travel a mile away. Quay Lynch enters the ball game again. Junior starter for Pinson Valley. They've got the basketball in the lead of 3. Just barely underway here in the second period from Traditions Bank Arena at Wallace State Community College in Hansville. Smoke Thomas goes to work. trying to back down Caleb Duncan. We got a whistle and a foul going to be charged to Clay-Chalkville. Devin McKinnon, he'll pick up his second personal foul, second team foul for Clay-Chalkville here in the second period. Koner with the basketball. Misses. Smoke Thomas with the follow in the miss. And a rebound finally claimed by Clay-Chalkville. McCants looks over in the corner. Three on the way. Off the mark. Rebound pulled down. Put back and missed by Amir Jackson. We get a whistle and this one going the other way.
The Clay-Chalkville Cougar on the baseline out of play.
Entering for Clay-Chalkville, number 2, Carter Barnes.
Carter Barnes, sophomore, checks in. He'll replace Devin McKinnon, who's playing with 2 fouls. Full court, man-to-man press on here. And now Clay-Chalkville will back off as Wu Koner brings it up the floor. Koner calls the play, looks to Thomas. Nice dish across the lane. Good rejection, though, defensively by Caleb Duncan of Clay-Chalkville. They lose the basketball, and Pinson Valley gets it back. Here's Pritchett. He gets it over to Lynch at the top. Now back to Pritchett on the right side. Looks high post to Thomas. Thomas trying to back down his opponent. Throws up a wild one and he traveled. Good defense out there again by Clay-Chalkville's Caleb Duncan. Duncan will take a break, and returning is Odiari and DeMar Hinton for the Cougars. 5:14 remaining until halftime. We got a tight one. Pinson Valley 19, Clay-Chalkville 16. Cougars with the basketball. Xavier Beavers to Odiari. Fires it inside. What a great pass and a great finish by DeMar Hinton. Cougars to within 1. Lynch with the basketball. He goes to work against Jackson. Down to Braylon Rigstaff, the junior. Back to Lynch. Here's Pritchett, will handle it again. Koner with the basketball. He can be dangerous. Pritchett tries to go inside and pitches it back outside to Lynch. Lynch also can be a scorer. He had 15 in the semifinal against Mae Jemison. Dribbles with his left, crosses to his right. Works off a screen from Smoke Thomas. Little runner down the right side, no good. Thomas claims the rebound, and a fight with it with Amir Jackson. And the tenaciousness of Amir Jackson forces him to lose it, and Clay-Chalkville to get it back.
Fair's battle inside to get that basketball. Possession to Clay-Chalkville. We got a back and forth game here. Again, 2 teams in Jefferson County playing in the neutral side in South Coleman County.
Here's Clay-Chalkville with the basketball. Looks to Jackson on the left wing. Now here's McCants at the top. Now right side they go to Hinton. Now to Beavers. Beavers, an 8th grader, 5'11" guard. Clay-Chalkville playing deep into their bench early on. Looks to Odiari in the high post. Odiari gives it up to Hinton. Drives left side, pitches it over to Jackson. 3 on the way. No good. And you're going to get the 8th grader. He hooked around the neck of Clay-Chalkville's Jalen Pritchett. And this should be a foul against him. No, they're going to charge Jalen Pritchett of Pinson Valley with the foul. But, you know, I'm not eyes up the entire time, but what I saw was Beavers with his hand around the shoulder and chest of the Pinson Valley player.
Well, for Pinson Valley, be called for illegal use of hands.
Nevertheless, Cougar basketball. I saw the back end of the play, not the first part of the play, and I leave that up to the officials. Here's Jackson with it. Gets rid of it. That's McCants with a basketball. McCants dangerous. Dishes to Jackson. Goes inside the foul line. Good defense by Wu Koner. Partially deflected that shot. Koner will bring it up the floor. Koner calls the play inside of 3 minutes left until halftime. Dribbles between his legs, gets it to Smoke Thomas in the high post. Gives it back to Koner, and Koner drills the three from the top. Pinson Valley with a 4-point lead. Odiari steps through the lane, jump step, out of control, player control foul. Basketball will come the other way with Pinson Valley.
Personal foul on Clay-Chalkville. Number 11, Victor O'Donnell.
That's not good for Clay-Chalkville. Big guy in foul trouble now. He'll sit out the remaining 2.5 minutes of the half.
And the 6'7" senior who had 27 points in their victory over Hazel Green in that double overtime thriller in the semifinal will indeed take a seat with 3 fouls with 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Lynch with the basketball, looks back over to Koner. Clay-Chalkville out to meet him near midcourt. Smoke Thomas with the basketball. Top of the key. Not going to respect Smoke Thomas from there. No threat to shoot it from the top. Looking, puts the ball on the floor and gets it back to Wu Koner. Koner will now put it on the floor inside of 2 minutes left. Working from right to left. Now pitches it over to Lynch. Now to Thomas. Just working a triangle. Back there beyond the perimeter is Pinson Valley. Taking their time. Long possession here as Lynch gets it over to Koner. And a whistle over right in front of the scorer's table. And they'll get Xavier Beavers for the personal foul. Beavers picks up his first personal. Team foul number 4 for Clay-Chalkville. And Aces Kennedy checks back in the basketball game for Clay-Chalkville. Koner inbounds, gets it to Thomas. Thomas looks to his left to Lynch. Lynch back and forth with Koners. Just skipping it across the way back near midcourt. Little keep away. They look back door. Finish off the glass. Lynch with a beautiful dish and look to Tyler Holyfield. And one opportunity coming at the line for Pinson Valley.
Beautiful play for Pinson Valley. And now their biggest lead as they were behind early and they got momentum going in the Jefferson County showdown at Wallace.
24-18. And Tyler Holyfield makes the 3-point play to give them a 7-point lead, their largest of the basketball game. Aces Kennedy looks ahead, gets it to McKinnon, and a quick foul there. Jamison Green. Green picks up his first personal foul. It's Pinson Valley's second team foul here in the second period. McKinnon with the basketball on the left wing. Looks to McCants. Now they go inside, kick it over in the corner. That's Kennedy. Heads toward the foul line. Hits a nice looking leaner from there. Clay-Chalkville to within 5. Less than a minute to go here in the first half. Wu Koner at midcourt looks ahead to Quay Lynch. Down in the corner it goes. Now to Koner. Drives, baseline, bounces to the corner to Thomas, who gets it back to Koner. Koner over at the top to Holyfield. Holyfield will back it up. 20 seconds left here in the first half. Looks to his coach, who waves him back with 15 seconds. Hands it to Koner. They want it in his hands here with 10. Back to Holyfield. Back to Koner with 5. Works his way around defender. Inside to Thomas. Ropes it in. And as he tries to get a shot up, they're going to get Devin McKinnon, I believe, for Clay-Chalkville for the personal. Bad news again for Chalkville. For Clay-Chalkville, McKinnon just picked up his third personal. 1 second left until halftime, and smoked Thomas to the foul line for Pinson Valley. Pinson Valley did not shoot the ball well from the charity stripe in the semifinal. Thomas misses his first here. He could put his team up 2 possessions going into halftime if he makes the back end of this 2-shot foul. Makes the second, 26-20, Pinson Valley. 1 second left for Clay-Chalkville here in the second. Launching one to end the first is McKinnon, nowhere near. And at the end of the first half, your score is the Pinson Valley Indians 26, the Clay-Chalkville Cougars 20. You're listening to the 6A Boys Northwest Regional Championship here on the NFHS Network.
And we got 1 half to go. I don't know if anybody else will bring their bands, especially local team Goodo playing next.
These two teams bringing the entertainment. Pinson Valley leading 26-20 as we start the second half with the Clay-Chalkville Cougars with the basketball.
Perhaps most of these teams are musically inclined.
Thomas Tubbs with the basketball for Clay-Chalkville. Gets to McCants, and they get it over left side. 3 on the way. Up and good. Aces. Kennedy with the tray. So a big bucket for the Cougars to start things in the second half. It brings them to within a possession. And Wu Koner, the only player in double digits in this basketball game, has it stolen away. Now Kennedy with it as he got it back from McCants. Fires it across the way, left wing, now in the corner. 3 on the way from there. No good. Tip drill, rebound, no good. Smoke Thomas claims the defensive one off the glass for Pinson Valley. Driving, Quade Lynch, a beautiful runner there on just the left side of the paint. And Pinson Valley answers and back to a 5-point lead. Victor Odiari with the basketball, playing with 3 fouls. He started this game and will start the second. Gonna have to play careful with those 3. Definitely a scoring threat. 7 points to start this game, but his threat quailed from that point on. Got a foul. This one's gonna be charged to Smoke Thomas. Officially Jamarcus Thomas, charged with a foul. His second personal, team foul number 1. Odiari with the basketball. Looks to McCants. McCants looks to the corner. 3 on the way from Tubbs, and Tubbs with a tray. Back-to-back 3-pointers for the Clay-Chalkville Cougars, warming it up to begin the second half. They're within 2. Quay Thomas floats a 3 from the left side. Misses. Clay-Chalkville almost turns it over. Recovers as Aces Kennedy takes it to the top of the key and backs it out. Kennedy will handle the point. He's guarded by Ringstaff. Drops it in for Odiari, who gives it back to Kennedy. Hinton to Kennedy on the right wing. Drives in the lane, kicks it to the corner to Tubbs. Tubbs back outside to Kennedy, and Clay-Chalkville will set it up again. Odiari down the left side of the lane, off the glass. And Victor Odiari starts the second half the way he started the first. His 9th point of the basketball game, and we're tied up at 28 apiece between Pinson Valley and Clay-Chalkville here in the 6A Boys Northwest Regional Championship. Pinson Valley, turnaround jumper, too strong. Smoke Thomas, last to touch the basketball. No. I believe they're going to say it's off Clay-Chalkville, and Pinson Valley will keep possession of it, with Wu Koner to inbound the basketball underneath his basket. 3 minutes gone by here in the second half. It was 26-20 Pinson Valley to start the second half. Now we're tied 28 apiece. Koner misses the shot, but J.P. Pritchett picks up the offensive board, and the putback is good. Pinson Valley back in the lead by 2. Odiari with it at the top of the key. Brings it up over his head. Faces off against Smoke Thomas. Moves right, then left, kicks it to Tubbs in the corner, and Tubbs, his second three-pointer here in the second half for Thomas Tubbs, the third of its kind for the Clay-Chalkville Cougars, and they claim the lead 31-30, all coming from downtown with the exception of the Odiari shot. Nice floater on the right side coming from Quay Lynch in Pinson Valley, and we got a seesaw battle here in the second. Pinson Valley 32, Clay-Chalkville 31. McCants greeted outside the arc there by Wu Koner. These two teams scrapping for an opportunity to get to Birmingham, Alabama for the Final Four. Cougars setting up their offense. Aces Kennedy fires it into Odiari near the foul line. Backs it up outside the perimeter, and the Cougars will set it up again. Hands it off to Kennedy, and they'll go to work. Aces to DeMar Hinton. Now to McCants. Now to Kennedy. Fires it inside to Odiari, back to the top. Raymond McKinnon, 3, no. Smoke Thomas boxes out Odiari and claims the board for Pinson Valley. Wu Koner brings it up the floor. To Quay Lynch, looking to drive around Tubbs. Foul line jumper, no. Rebound claimed by Thomas Tubbs. He brings it up the floor for Clay-Chalkville. Into the lane, floats up the runner. Off the mark. Tipped rebound, goes outside, but a quick whistle. And it'll be charged to Quay Lynch of Pinson Valley. Lynch picks up his first personal foul, the Indians' second team foul. Not a lot of fouls so far in this basketball game. No one has reached the bonus in any period. Tubbs to inbound it from underneath his basket for the Cougars. 2:49 remaining. Get a whistle by Clay-Chalkville. Chris Richardson, the head coach, wants to talk about it and saves Thomas Tubbs from the 5 count on the inbounds pass. With 2:49 remaining here in the third period of play, the Pinson Valley Indians 32, the Clay-Chalkville Cougars 31. This is 6A Boys Northwest Regional Championship here on the NFHS Network. I'm Rich Jesse, along with my color analyst, the Flash Man, Johnny Thornton. Great day for basketball here at Traditions Bank Arena in Hanceville, Alabama, on the campus of Wallace State Community College. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be Tubbs inbounding the basketball again for Clay-Chalkville. Well defended, fires it up, stolen by Quay Lynch in Pinson Valley. Koner takes a screen, drives inside, kicks it to Lynch. NBA 3, Quay Lynch with some string music from the left side, and Pinson Valley up 4, 35-31. Johnny Thornton, we've seen our share of threes being nailed here in the second half by these two teams. Clay-Chalkville with 3 three-pointers, Pinson Valley with 1, that one coming from Quay Lynch. Tubbs with 2 threes of his own. He handles the basketball for the Cougars. Hands it to McKinnon, works his way in the paint. Good-looking shot. This one's dated by about 20 years, but it looked very Latrell Sprewell-like, and Clay-Chalkville pulls to within 2. Inside of 2 minutes left to go in the third. Pinson Valley's J.P. Pritchett gets it to Smoke Thomas over on the left wing. Calling for help. He gets it to Wu Koner. Spins around the defender Odiari We get a whistle and a foul, and if that goes on Odiari, that's number 4. Troublesome for Clay-Chalkville's Odiari. He came in and scored 2 points in this third period, Johnny, playing with 3 fouls as he picks up his 4th. He'll be replaced by Caleb Duncan for Clay-Chalkville.
Number 13, Braylon Ringstaff.
Ringstaff also checks in for the Indians. And Pritchett will handle the basketball. 90 seconds remain here in the third period. Hands it to Lynch. Lynch just buried a deep 3. He goes to work against Tubbs. Pritchett to Wu Koner. Koner guarded by Raymond McCants. Inside to Ringstaff. Steps inside the foul line. Elevates an air ball. Out of bounds, and Clay-Chalkville will get it. Good defense by 6'3" sophomore DeMar Hinton of Clay-Chalkville. Waiting to check in, the 8th grade guard, Xavier Beavers. He'll replace Tubbs, who's had a very good third period. He hit those 2 big 3s from the left corner for the Cougars. Now inside of a minute left here in the third. Beavers running the point for Clay-Chalkville. Right side, that's Hinton. Hinton faces Lynch. He'll back it up. Beavers drives right side of the lane, almost lost it. Picks up his dribble and gets it outside to McCants. Down to half a minute remaining in the third. An important possession here for Clay-Chalkville as they're down by 2. Top of the key shot from McCants, no good. Rebound pulled down by Caleb Duncan. Gets it outside, and a nice jumper from Devin McKinnon to tie things up at 35 apiece for Clay-Chalkville. Now here's Pinson Valley with 10 seconds left in the third. Wu Koner looks to Lynch, almost has it poked away. Lynch works to get rid of the defenders. Elevates, shoots a 3, missed. Rebound Hinton, and that'll do it for the third period. We're all tied up between Pinson Valley and Clay-Chalkville, 35-35. You're listening to coverage of the 6A Boys Northwest Regional Championship here on the NFHS Network. As we begin the fourth quarter here in the Northwest Regional Championship for Class 6A, the Pinson Valley Indians and the Clay-Chalkville Cougars tied up at 35 apiece. 6 miles separate these 2 teams over Tapawingo Creek in Pinson, and they are going to war. Their only battle resulted in a 47-41 area final victory for Pinson Valley. And they pick it up here this Tuesday afternoon in what is a very entertaining basketball game. Quick foul, charge to Clay-Chalkville. DeMar Hinton, the sophomore, picks up his first personal. It's team foul number 1 for Clay-Chalkville here in the fourth. Koner inbounds the basketball back to JP Pritchett. Pritchett in trouble in the backcourt. I think they're going to get a foul on Devin McKinnon for a push. Second team foul already, barely 25 seconds into this fourth period. Second team foul for Clay-Chalkville, that is. Asis Kennedy checks into the basketball game. He'll replace Devin McKinnon for Clay-Chalkville. Pritchett looks to Koner, works around a screen, drives baseline, elevates, and a great defensive play by DeMar Hinton for Clay-Chalkville. Up the way it comes. Asis Kennedy with a beautiful shot around Braylon Ringstaff, and Kennedy puts Clay-Chalkville up 37-35. Kennedy, 5 points in this basketball game. Pinson Valley's Lynch with a basketball. Quay Lynch at the top of the key, fires one from about 20, and more string music from Mr. Kennedy, and Pinson Valley up 38-37. Quay Lynch, his 10th point of the basketball game. Clay-Chalkville works baseline, hitting too far underneath, well defended by Pinson Valley. Get a whistle and a timeout charged to the Pinson Valley Indians. They lead it 38-37 with 6:19 remaining here in the fourth period of the 6A Northwest Regional Championship. We'll be back. You're listening to the NFHS Network. Welcome back. 6:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. Pinson Valley 38, Clay-Chalkville 37. Taking a look at our statistics, both these teams shooting pretty well from the field. Pinson Valley at 45.2%, Clay-Chalkville at 51.7%. Pinson Valley 8 of 15 from downtown for 53%. Clay-Chalkville 5 of 12 for 41%. Pinson Valley with a basketball out of the timeout. You got a whistle, and a foul's going to be charged to Raymond McCants, and the foul starting to add up for Clay-Chalkville here in the fourth period. Their third team foul. Raymond McCants picks up his first personal foul. Koner skips it across the way to Smoke Thomas. Smoke Thomas puts the ball on the floor and gets it over to J.P. Pritchett. Pritchett works around a screen from Koner and brings it up to the top now. R.J. Addison with the basketball, and they'll get it at the hands of Wu Koner. Koner leads all scorers with 11, but he's been quiet here in the second half. It's been Lynch's game for Pinson Valley. Pritchett with the basketball. Soft screen. Now he gets a good screen. Works away from Aces Kennedy and backs it up again. 5.5 remaining here in regulation play. 38-37 Pinson Valley. Going right to the right side of the lane and rejected. Caleb Duncan makes a great defensive play on the shot by J.P. Pritchett. Koner to inbound. Looking, finally fires it way back there for R.J. Addison, and the freshman guard will go to work with it. Hands it back to Koner, and Wu will go to work against Raymond McCants. Addison, bounce pass, looking inside to Thomas, and Thomas levels the defender. No foul called, and Pinson Valley up 40-37. Here's Clay-Chalkville with the basketball. Amir Jackson with it. Jackson looks over to Aces Kennedy, and the senior guard fires it in the corner. Three on the way from the top. No, long jumper, missed there by Xavier Beavers. Pinson Valley claims a rebound. Substitutions coming for Clay-Chalkville with McKinnon and Odiari waiting to check in. Koner, guarded by McCants. Pinson Valley taking their time. Koner, bounce pass to Lynch. Over in the corner it goes to Addison. Good. R.J. Addison with a baseline three-pointer for Pinson Valley, and they're up 2 possessions, 43-37. Timeout charged to Chris Richardson and the Clay-Chalkville Cougars. Our score, Pinson Valley 43, Clay-Chalkville 37. We'll return with more. You're listening to the NFHS Network. Out of the Clay-Chalkville timeout. 43-37, Pinson Valley over Clay-Chalkville. Pinson Valley going up 6 after a baseline three-pointer from freshman guard R.J. Addison. And Coach Chris Richardson wanted to talk about it. McKinnon will handle it, pitch it over to McCants, and the Cougars will go to work. Inside and stolen by Koner. Tried to work it toward the baseline, and Koner with speed reached out and stole it away. Big play defensively for Pinson Valley. 3.5 minutes remaining here in regulation play of this 6A Northwest Regional Championship game in Class 6A. Koner to work in the post, misses his shot. Clay-Chalkville pulls down the rebound. A big board there for Devin McKinnon. Down in the corner it goes. Hinton with a three, nothing but net. And Clay-Chalkville draws to within a possession, 43-40. A steal. Can't make the shot. And DeMar Hinton really piling it in here in the last few seconds. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Hinton fresh off that three-pointer. And some important free throws coming here with 3:04 left. Quay Lynch charged with his second personal, only team foul number 1 for Pinson Valley here in the 4th. First free throw good for sophomore DeMar Hinton. Hinton second, good. We got a 1-point game. Hinton will get a break. Amir Jackson, the junior, will step in for the Cougars. Inbounds pass goes to Thomas. Kicks it out to Addison. The freshman takes the basketball, brings it back toward midcourt. Looking, gets the basketball over to J.P. Pritchett. Pinson Valley will take their time. Guarded tightly by McKinnon. They fired over in the corner to Thomas. Now, Pritchett, baseline, over to Addison. Addison can't handle the pass. Out of bounds it goes. Clay-Chalkville to get it back, trailing by 1. Braylon Ringstaff checks into the basketball game for Addison for Pinson Valley. Cougars an opportunity to take the lead here with 2.5 minutes left. Clay-Chalkville will work it around the perimeter. Odiari playing with 4 fouls. He's got the basketball. Gets it to Hinton, who's been hot late. A timeout. And a full timeout charge to Coach Chris Richardson and the Clay-Chalkville Cougars with 2:12 remaining here in the 6A Northwest Regional Boys Championship game. Pinson Valley 43, Clay-Chalkville 42. Back with more after this. It's the NFHS Network. Clay-Chalkville timeout. Time for Coach Chris Richardson to review the strategy moving forward. His team trailing by 1 to Pinson Valley, 43-42, 2:12 remaining here in regulation play. And inbounding the basketball, Raymond McCants gets it into McKinnon. Check that to Xavier Beavers, and he'll go to work. Back to McCants. To Odiari, to Hinton, and now McCants drives right side of the lane, partially rejected by Quay Lynch, but in the recovery, Lynch possessed the basketball and stepped on the baseline. It'll stay with Clay-Chalkville. Here's the 8th grader Beavers, throws it in. Gets it to Odiari. Odiari to go to work. Kicks it outside to Hinton. McCants over to Hinton. McKinnon looking to back down Ringstaff. In through the lane. Got the shot to fall. Devin McKinnon, the senior, with a big bucket, and Clay-Chalkville claims the lead. Just under 90 seconds remaining in regulation, 44-43. Ringstaff to Koner. Koner will back it up against McCants. Clay-Chalkville putting the pressure on. Koner, mid-range jumper, way off the mark. Rebound, claimed into the hands of Quay Lynch. Miss. Smoke Thomas with a huge offensive board. And put back. Smoke Thomas gives Pinson Valley the lead, 45-44. Now the onus on Clay-Chalkville. Driving through the lane. Devin McKinnon gives Clay-Chalkville the lead, 46-45. Seesaw battle here at Traditions Bank Arena. There's a timeout on the floor, a full timeout with 45 seconds remaining. We'll take one with them. You're listening to the NFHS Network. Welcome back to Traditions Bank Arena here in Huntsville, Alabama. I'm Rich Jesse here with you for the 6A Northwest Regional Boys Championship game, where Clay-Chalkville just claimed the lead once again off a runner in the lane from Devin McKinnon. Devin McKinnon put his team up by 1. It is Pinson Valley basketball, but the pressure's on. When these two teams faced near 2 weeks ago in the area final, Pinson Valley won 47-41. A similar type score here in the 40s. But Pinson Valley now trailing by 1 as we await the return to play. We're still awaiting the ball to be placed into play. And now we have another timeout. This one most likely charged to Pinson Valley as they want to discuss strategy. You take a look at the situation with the Indians down by 1. How quickly do you want to score? Do you want to hold the basketball as well as you can and possibly get the last score? Or do you want to score quickly and try for a defensive stop? Wu Koner, the senior guard, inbounds the basketball against a three-quarter court press, and Clay-Chalkville will back it off, and Koner brings it across the midcourt stripe. And as he does so, yet another timeout. It's coming down to cases here at Traditions Bank Arena at Wallace State Community College. Another full timeout. We'll take one with them and be back with a final 36.8 seconds after this on the NFHS Network. Welcome back to NFHS Network coverage of the 6A Boys Northwest Regional Championship. It has been a great one. Clay-Chalkville leading 46-45. Wu Koner and the Pinson Valley Indians with the basketball. 36.8 seconds remaining. It's Quay Lynch who's had a great half in the second for Pinson Valley. It's Wu Koner who had the great first half. Koner picks up his dribble. Up to the top it goes. Conner works off the screen, right side of the lane, elevates, shot up and good from 8 feet. And Pinson Valley gets the lead back with 15 seconds to go. Clay-Chalkville up the floor, and Chris Richardson wants to talk about it. A flurry of timeouts in the last few minutes, Johnny Thornton, and a flurry of lead changes here in this Northwest Regional Championship, where Woo Conner, appropriately enough for Pinson Valley, delivered a short jumper from just outside the post through the bottom of the net to give his Indians the lead 47-46. Chris Richardson drawing up a hopeful play for his Clay-Chalkville Cougars. For Clay-Chalkville, their leading scorer is Victor Odiari, but he's been quiet through most of the second half due to fouls. Raymond McCants, he has 8 points. Thomas Tubbs has been deadly in the third. He's not on the floor. Aces Kennedy out there. And to inbound the basketball, Raymond McCants to Kennedy. He's got it with 10 seconds remaining. Odiari, they try to get him the basketball at the top of the key, and you got to feel that they want to go with a big senior 6'6" forward, Odiari. Pinson Valley with fouls to give. And J.P. Pritchett fouls, picks up his third and the second team foul on Pinson Valley. McKinnon hitting Odiari. Kennedy drives, a whistle. They're not going to let him beat him to the bucket as he goes baseline. Does the speedy senior guard Aces Kennedy. They foul him before he can get a shot off. The third team foul. And Pinson Valley making things as difficult as possible, and you got to think they want to keep it out of Odiari's hands. All Pinson Valley needs to do is make a stop here. All Clay-Chalkville needs is a made bucket. Into Odiari. Drives baseline and a quick foul from Thomas. Took 1.2 seconds, and that's the fourth team foul. That one's charged to Smoke Thomas, his third personal. Now Kennedy to inbounds. Gets it in, tip, and a steal. Pinson Valley can't hold on to the basketball. I don't believe it went out of bounds. Who does it stay with? Or did Pinson Valley get a timeout? Let's see the official call. It's a foul. Pinson Valley with a steal, Clay-Chalkville with a foul. Raymond McCants charged with his second personal, and a safe inbound pass would seal things for Pinson Valley. In quickly, and a quick foul with 2.2 seconds remaining. Pinson Valley gets it in to Quay Lynch for the fourth team foul. McKinnon picks up his fifth. He'll foul out in this championship game. Pinson Valley has possession of the basketball with a 1-point lead with 2.2 seconds remaining, and their fifth team foul just occurring. Quay Lynch, if he makes them both, it'll still be a one-possession game with 2.2 seconds remaining. Here's the first coming from Lynch. Good. A 2-point game. (48-46). Lynch, the junior guard, makes the second. One possession game, 49-46. Inbounds pass to McCants. Nowhere near, and Pinson Valley will carry the hardware back to Pinson, Alabama. Victorious here in this 6A Boys Northwest Regional Championship, 49-46 over the Clay-Chalkville Cougars. What a basketball game.